What's going on, chosen vessels? It's your main man, Drew Tube. I'm back at you again with another video. You guessed it. Smash that share button, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Let's get into it, all right? When you love what you do, you won't mind switching it up because it's already in you. It's innately in you already, all right? When you love doing something, it's going to be in you already. You're going to know how to do it very well. You're going to have a feel for it. You may see other great people come before you doing something similar, and you gravitate to it immediately. You look at it and be like, I can do that. When you see people doing something that you would love to do, or you see somebody doing something that inspires you, you're like, wait a minute, I can do that. I could be that. I can have that. You see the good that they have. You see the good that they're doing, what they're being. You're like, yo, I could have that in my life. I could have a similar life. So is it without not believing in yourself, all right, without any doubt, without any disbelief, without the wrong self-identity, you can go after that. All right, with the right identity, you can go after that. With the right self-belief, you can go after that. And you know that because it's something that's already in you. You may have been doing a little bit before you even saw that. You may have saw that and immediately started doing it and doing it the right way, but your own way. You might have immediately started doing it and were great at it. All right, but sometimes when you love something and it's not working out, right? What you have to do is you have to switch it up. All right. And you won't mind being able to switch it up. You won't mind switching it up. You'll be able to switch it up because it's already in you. When you love something to do, when you love what you do and you're really good at it, it's already in you. So you're going to be able to, you know what, this doesn't work. Let me try that. That doesn't work. Let me do it another way. You're going to be able to be as creative as you can get with your ideas because it's going to be something that's innately in you. And that's why it's good to go for what you love to do. All right. Kobe Bryant, when he was playing basketball, things changed from when he started to when he was ready to leave the league. But it didn't stop him. All the new tricks, all the crossovers, all the new dunks. Basketball was already in him because it's something that he loved to do. What did he do? Kobe just switched his style up. He switched it up. Kobe did some new moves. He went to the gym, practiced with some of the new young guys, learned what the new young guys were doing, practiced with some of the new young guys, kept up with them as fast as they are. He had to be. He had to train twice as hard in his 30s to be like he was when he was 18, when he was a fresh new young guy on the court. Because he always had experience. He was always good. He made it from high school to the pros. He was the last player to do that, to make it from high school to the pros. It was in him to be a basketball player. All right? Look at Jay-Z. Look at him. Jay-Z been rapping for almost 40 years. Okay, Jay-Z been rapping since they had high top fades and dookie ropes. Okay, you can see the Google the picture of Jay-Z with the dookie rope chain. It's a chain that's like this thick, solid gold. All right? Heavy old Rakim Eric B chain. Jay-Z been rapping since Jazzo. Okay, Jay-Z been rapping since LL Cool J. Jay-Z been doing freestyles, mixtapes since that era. And he was still relevant up to like the last few years. He's still relevant. Maybe not musically, but the last hot record he dropped was J-Bo. And that I'll still play that. I'll play that after this. He dropped some more music after that, but I just work on a lot, and I work on my own things. But I'll probably be checking out some Jay-Z music after this video. But I don't know if Jay-Z watched my videos. I don't know. He might want me to be a fan. I might want to be a fan. All right. Shout out to Hov, man. But back to Jay-Z, yo. Shout out to Hov. Been running the game for 40 years, yo. Jay-Z been rapping for 40 years. He been rapping since they had dookie gold chains and high top fades. You think if Jay-Z continued to rap the same from the time that he started, when he started rapping, when people were dressing like he was dressing, people were talking how he was talking. You think if he didn't change up his style, you think if he didn't switch things up, you think that he would be as successful? Or do you think he wouldn't have made it out of his hood? He'd still be in New York. He'd still be not as big as he wanted to be. Probably. All right? Because you have to be an innovator. Things have to be in you. That's why I always tell you, do what you love. When you do what you love, when you do what feels natural, things are going to come naturally to you. When you do what you have a knack for, or what you gravitate to, or what you already have skills in, you're going to soar, versus trying to do something that you don't want to do. You don't want to spend time in. That's not you. You're not going to want to do it. You're going to end up giving up. Instead of switching up, you're going to be giving up. All right? Jay-Z been rapping for 40 years. He went from that era to the era where he was in the 90s with doing his 90s rap, where he was doing the little dope dealing drug music. But he went from the 90s era to the 2000s era with Pharrell and Beans, and he went from the LL Cool J, Eric B. Rakim era to the Biggie Smalls era to the Pharrell Clips. He was even rapping around. He was rapping before Snoop Dogg came. No, Jay-Z came out, I think, after Snoop Dogg. So yeah, I think Snoop Dogg came out before Jay-Z. I'm not sure. I have to do my research. I have to look that up. I think Jay-Z came out. I'm not sure. It had to be around the same time because he was with Big. So yeah, they had to come out around the same time. Jay-Z's music was just a little bit more advanced. Snoop Dogg's music was still a little bit more old school. So I'd probably say, yeah, I think maybe Snoop came out before Jay-Z. All right. But I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look that up. But I know that Jay-Z rapped in the Snoop Dogg era. Jay-Z rapped in the Biggie era. So he went from Eric B. and Rakim to Snoop Dogg Biggie era to Pharrell, Clips, Kanye, who else? What's the dude's name? Who was I just thinking of? Pharrell, Clips, and State Property, the State Property era. Jay-Z he went through the State Property era. He was able to change and switch his style up through all those eras so he could stay relevant. If you don't change and you stay the same with your craft, with your skill, with what you're doing, if you don't switch it up and change things, you're not going to get far. So you might be good. You might be good. You might be talented. You might be great. What you're doing might be useful, but there's still some things that you could switch up. There's some things that you could change, some things that you could flip around, re-innovate, rethink, and make better. So don't give up on the idea. Don't throw the whole idea away. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, as they say. Hold on to that idea, fine tune it. Look at your idea, right? And chip away at everything that isn't what you want it to be. So if you got an idea and you're looking at everything that you see out in the world as far as your idea, if you're making a little comparison just so you can see what you need to do different, look at your idea, look at other ideas, and start picking out, separate what is apart, separate what looks similar to your idea from what is totally off from their idea. All right, so if your idea is older, their idea is newer. Whatever is similar with your idea and the newer idea, group those things together. And whatever is not, take those things apart. See what you could use, see what is still salvageable, and then whatever is no longer good for this era or for this particular project, don't use it. There's always something that you could use. There's always an idea. There's always a piece that you could use from something that you've already done. But what you have to do is that's why I said you have to look at it. You have to look at your idea and fine tune it. Look at your idea and see what you can keep, see what you got to throw out. All right, don't throw the whole idea away, because some of it you can still use. Some of it you can still benefit off of. You can still prosper off of. You just got to switch a little bit of it up. So don't be afraid to switch things up. Don't be afraid to do things different. There's nothing wrong with switching things up and doing things different, especially when you love what you do. When you love what you do, it's going to come naturally to you. All right, it's going to be innately in you, and you won't mind doing it. If you mind doing it, if you don't want to switch it up, you're going to end up not making the money that you want with your gift. You're not going to be getting as successful as you want with your gift. A lot of people think they don't have to make any changes. A lot of people think, oh, I'm just going to do it this way, and they're going to like it. And then a lot of people end up trying to force what they are trying to push out into the world on people, and they don't end up getting the response they want. And that's all I'm trying to save people from with this video, is you have to give people what they want. So when you switch things up, you can still do your own thing and still make what you want, still make it marketable, still make it fashionable, still make it listenable, still make it purchasable. People will still want to buy it. People will still want to use it. You'll still be able to maintain your youth. That's all I'm saying. People will think like, wow, this person never runs out of ideas. This person's always creative. Look at the guy who does Gucci. That guy who's been doing, I forget, Dapper Dan. Dapper Dan's been making Gucci clothes since the 70s. People still talking about Dapper Dan as far as style. He was still making, I'm not sure if he's still alive, I don't know. But I know he was still making clothes. I haven't heard about his name recently, but I know he's been making clothes from the 70s up into the 2000s. And that's a long time to be making clothes. That's a long time for people to value your opinion and trust your ideas, if you get what I'm saying. So he couldn't still make clothes from the 70s and still try to push it. He could, but I mean, whatever people liked, they would like, and whatever they didn't like, they wouldn't wear. So he would have to switch his clothes up to be a little bit more modern. He's still using the Gucci pattern, just like Gucci, y'all, just like Nike. A lot of these companies, they still got the Nike logo. They're still not selling Nike Cortez like it's 1975, but they still got the Nike Cortez shoe, right? They still got the Nike logo. So, but if Nike was still selling shoes that looked like they were from the 80s and the 90s, would nobody be interested in their product? Because there's new shoes out now. That type of style is outdated. So you don't want to be outdated. All right, you want to be new. You want to be fresh with what you create, with what you make. All right, just like with Pharrell. Pharrell been making beats. Dr. Dre been making beats. Kanye been making beats. Some dudes been making beats since the 90s for a very long time. If they kept their beats the same way, if they didn't switch their music up, if they just kept their style the same way it was, would nobody want to listen to their music? They still use the same kick. They still making music in the same genre. It's still hip hop. It's still the same instruments. It's still the same percussion. But what it is things are switched up. Things are made new. Things are moved around. Things are made different. All you got to do is change your style up. You can still do the things that you love. And that's why I'm making this video, because I know there's some people out there that want to do some things that they love. They're just afraid to do it because they see things have changed. And I'm here to tell you, change is a good thing. Don't be afraid because something changed. Still do what you love to do. You just have to find a way to make people appreciate what you know how to do. So you might have to modernize your style a little bit. You might have to fine tune your style a little bit. You might have to make what you know look similar to what's out. And that's marketing. Finding out how to make your audience come to you. Finding how to target your audience. Finding how to get the people who like what it is you're putting out into the world. So if you think you're not good enough, if you think it's too old, if you think you can't try it because things have changed, times have changed, times have moved forward, it's not this time no more, blah, 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 every reason why you can't do it, don't think like that. Don't look for the reasons why you can't. Look for the reasons why you can. And that's why I'm making this video. All right. This video is showing you all the reasons why you can, because you love what you do. All right. And it's in you. And when you love what you do and it's in you, you shouldn't give up on that, because you're giving up on a part of you. You're giving up on your soul. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to give up on you. That's what you were put here to do. That's your purpose. And if you give up on your purpose, you're going to feel empty inside. All right. You're not going to feel whole. You're not going to feel like you're living your best life. You're not going to feel like you're living a full life. And you can only live a full, good life by taking the ideas in your mind and putting them out into reality. By taking the ideas in your mind and putting them out into the world. and having people respond, react to it, and having all the people that are on the same wavelength and what vibration as you come and appreciate what it is that you're creating. All right. Smash that like button, smash that share button, smash that subscribe button. As we all know, this video has come to a close. I'll see everybody in the next video. This has been another DrewTube special. Shout out to the vessels. I'll see you all in the next vid. We out.